Have you ever contemplated the deeper psychological significance of your birth month? While initially this might appear trivial or coincidental, through the lens of Carl Jung's analytical psychology, the timing of our entry into the world carries profound symbolic weight. Jung, one of psychology's most influential theorists, proposed that our birth date connects us to universal archetypal forces that fundamentally shape our psychological development and inner potential. Jung's perspective suggests that your birth month represents more than mere calendrical positioning. It functions as a symbolic gateway, revealing essential aspects of your psychological makeup, emotional predispositions, and the unique energetic qualities you naturally embody. This isn't about superstition or deterministic fortune-telling, but rather a sophisticated psychological framework through which we might access deeper self-understanding. Consider for a moment the possibility that comprehending the symbolism of your birth month could unlock hidden dimensions of your personality. Imagine it offering clarity regarding your habitual patterns, emotional tendencies, and perhaps even illuminating aspects of your life's purpose. When examined through Jung's theories on archetypes, the collective unconscious, and nature's cyclical patterns, this proposition becomes increasingly compelling and psychologically sound. In this exploration, we'll investigate Jung's symbolic interpretation of temporal cycles, particularly how each month of the year embodies distinct psychological energies that may subtly influence personality traits, emotional proclivities, and spiritual orientations of individuals born within them. This perspective invites us to reconsider the seemingly random timing of our birth as potentially meaningful, connected to deeper patterns in both nature and the human psyche. Theoretical foundation: archetypes and natural cycles. Jung's central theoretical proposition was that existence manifests through recurring patterns, which he termed archetypes. These universal symbols, narratives, and energies appear consistently across diverse cultures, mythologies, and human experiences. They operate both externally in the world and internally within our psyches, with each individual carrying a unique configuration of these archetypal influences that shapes their cognitive processes, emotional responses, and behavioral tendencies. Jung further proposed that nature's cycles, the seasons, lunar phases, and annual patterns mirror these archetypal energies. The meditative stillness of winter, the emergent vitality of spring, the expressive abundance of summer, and the reflective transition of autumn each correspond to different psychological states and transformative processes. Since each month occupies a specific position within these seasonal rhythms, it too carries distinct symbolic significance. According to Jung's perspective, your birth month isn't merely a chronological marker, but rather a symbolic imprint, the particular moment when you entered existence, embedded within a specific temporal context rich with archetypal meaning. The environmental conditions, seasonal energy, light-dark balance, and cyclical positioning all contribute to the psychological and symbolic atmosphere characterizing your arrival. Consider March, a transitional period in the Northern Hemisphere marking winter's end and spring's emergence. The snow recedes, daylight extends, and dormant life reawakens. From Jung's viewpoint, individuals born during transitional months like March or September, summer yielding to autumn, might inherit a certain psychological duality, feeling drawn between contrasting states, stillness and movement, introspection and expression. These individuals often demonstrate heightened sensitivity to environmental and emotional shifts, with a natural inclination toward mediating opposing forces. By contrast, those born during relatively stable periods like January or July, when a particular season has fully established itself, may embody qualities of structure, persistence, and consistency. Jung associated these birth timings with archetypes of endurance, inner fortitude, and long-term perspective. These individuals often function as builders and organizers, naturally creating order and stability while demonstrating remarkable psychological resilience. Jung found it fascinating that time itself carries qualitative dimensions beyond mere quantitative measurement, possessing rhythm, emotional tone, and narrative quality. Being born at a specific juncture within this unfolding temporal narrative means absorbing a certain symbolic resonance, like an underlying psychological motif that subtly influences one's thought patterns, behavioral tendencies, and emotional Responses throughout life. This symbolic framework doesn't predetermine one's fate, but rather provides a psychological map, revealing the archetypal energies one naturally embodies, both as strengths to leverage and as shadow aspects to integrate. For Jung, authentic self-knowledge was the pathway to psychological freedom, and understanding the archetypal influences present at one's birth constitutes an important element of that self-awareness. The compelling aspect of this perspective is how it transforms something typically overlooked, our birth month, into a powerful tool for psychological introspection. The date on your birth certificate becomes not merely factual information, but a gateway to connecting with deeper natural rhythms, psychological patterns, and soul-level tendencies. Monthly archetypal patterns, the first half of the year. Let us examine how Jung's symbolic framework interprets each month's psychological signature, revealing the archetypal energies that may influence those born within these temporal periods. Each month represents not an arbitrary division, but a meaningful phase within nature's grand cycle, carrying distinct psychological qualities and archetypal resonances. January, the Elder/Sage archetype. January begins with profound stillness in many regions, often the coldest, quietest period, characterized by reflection and introspection. It marks both a new beginning and a contemplative pause after the preceding year. Jung associated January with the Elder or Sage archetype. Individuals born in this month frequently demonstrate remarkable depth, maturity, and responsibility, even from youth. Though not necessarily outspoken, their words carry weight and authority when shared. They possess natural wisdom and a capacity for viewing life from expanded perspectives, typically valuing stability, long-term planning, and practical knowledge. While they may appear reserved, January-born individuals often harbor quiet determination and exceptional groundedness. Like all archetypes, the Sage has shadow aspects, potential for excessive caution, severity, or emotional detachment. Those born in January may struggle with maintaining connection to joy or spontaneity if they over-identify with this serious archetypal energy. Their developmental journey involves embracing their inherent wisdom while cultivating space for lightness and play. February, the Visionary and Revolutionary archetype. February retains winter's chill, but carries an undercurrent of impending change and possibility. Jung linked this month with the visionary or revolutionary archetype, those who perceive beyond immediate circumstances into potential futures. February-born individuals often demonstrate powerful imagination, innovative thinking, and motivation to challenge conventional structures. They tend toward intellectual independence, resisting confinement within traditional frameworks. Their nature contains a revolutionary quality, not for rebellion's sake, but from perceiving alternative possibilities. Many possess deep creativity and emotional sensitivity, even when externally reserved. The visionary's challenge involves potential isolation or alienation, dwelling as they do in realms of ideas and ideals that can make everyday reality seem constraining or inadequate. February-born individuals grow through finding methods to ground their insights and manifest their visions within practical reality. March, the Reborn Awakener archetype. March represents a pivotal transition in the Northern Hemisphere, winter yielding to spring, dormant life reawakening. Jung associated this period with the Reborn or Awakener archetype, emerging from darkness into light, from dormancy into growth. Those born in March typically demonstrate profound emotional sensitivity and intensity, often possessing strong intuitive capacities. They frequently exhibit spiritual or artistic qualities, maintaining connection with natural cycles and emotional renewal. These individuals demonstrate remarkable adaptability, reinventing themselves multiple times throughout life. Their resilience belies any apparent delicacy. The reborn archetype risks becoming overwhelmed by emotional depth or losing equilibrium between inner and outer worlds. March-born individuals benefit from cultivating clear boundaries and balancing their rich internal life with grounded external engagement. April, the Warrior Initiator archetype. April arrives with dynamic energy, lengthening days, accelerating growth, pervasive movement. This month embodies the Warrior or Initiator archetype, representing courage, decisive action, and personal determination. April-born individuals often demonstrate bold, assertive qualities. They naturally initiate projects and readily embrace new experiences. Their passionate intensity tends to inspire leadership, even unintentionally. They willingly advocate for their convictions and generate infectious energy within their social circles. The warrior archetype can manifest shadow aspects through impulsivity or aggression without balancing awareness. Those born in April might struggle with patience or experience burnout from excessive self-driving. Their growth involves discerning appropriate moments for action versus restraint. May. The builder, earth lover archetype. May embodies beauty, blossoming, and stability. Nature in full expression with an atmosphere of calm strength. Jung associated this month with the builder archetype, valuing creation, patience, and life's sensory pleasures. May-born individuals typically demonstrate grounded, sensual qualities. They find comfort in routine, appreciate beauty, and maintain strong connection with physical reality. They often gravitate toward artistic expression, natural environments, culinary experiences, and sensory engagement. Their nurturing, loyal nature complements their steady, persistent approach to endeavors. The builder risks becoming excessively rigid or comfort-attached, potentially resisting necessary change from fear of destabilization. May-born individuals evolve through embracing growth while maintaining their fundamental connection to tangible reality and enduring values. June. The seeker-mediator archetype. June occupies the year's midpoint, balancing completed months with those yet unfolding. It brings brightness, curiosity, and momentum. Jung connected this month with the seeker or mediator archetype, yearning for understanding, connection, and truth. Those born in June typically demonstrate mental agility and emotional openness. Their inquisitive, adaptable nature complements their social intelligence. They often combine playful, youthful energy with profound existential questioning. Their communication skills excel, and they naturally connect ideas, people, and experiences. Theme. Seeker's challenge involves maintaining focus amidst numerous interests and options. They may struggle with commitment or decision paralysis from overthinking. June-born individuals grow through developing internal centeredness while maintaining their exploratory spirit. Monthly archetypal patterns. The second half of the year's latter half carries increasingly complex archetypal energies. Jung suggested these months reflect processes of maturation, emotional deepening, and stronger calls toward transformation and meaning-making. July. The protector, nurturer archetype. July arrives with warmth, familial gathering, and emotional richness, deeply connected to caregiving, connection, and interior life. Jung associated this month with the nurturer or protector archetype, naturally attuned to others' emotional needs. Those born in July typically demonstrate strong emotional intelligence, profound empathy, compassion, and fierce loyalty toward loved ones. They often maintain powerful connections to familial roots, memories, and traditions. These individuals frequently become emotional anchors within their communities, offering safety and support to those around them. The nurturers. Shadow involves self-neglect. July-born individuals risk giving excessively to others while neglecting personal needs, sometimes suppressing their feelings to maintain harmony. Their growth involves learning to extend their protective instincts toward themselves as well as others. August. The leader, sovereign archetype. August carries bold, radiant energy, embodying full expression, confidence, vitality, and visibility. Jung linked this month with the sovereign archetype, king, queen, representing authentic leadership. August-born individuals often possess commanding presence, natural leadership qualities, strong identity, and desire for meaningful impact. While they may appreciate attention, it typically stems from their sense of responsibility to lead, serve, or guide others toward greater possibilities. The sovereign risks falling into pride, controlling behaviors, or isolation when feeling misunderstood or unsupported. August-born individuals grow through cultivating humility, compassion, and collaborative leadership approaches. When balanced, they become visionary leaders who empower others while maintaining personal strength and dignity. September. The analyst-perfectionist archetype. September initiates autumn in the Northern Hemisphere, a period of harvest, organization, and preparation. Jung associated this time with the analyst archetype, seeking to understand through logic, order, and clarity. Those born in September typically demonstrate sharp intellect and natural ability for creating structure amid chaos. Their detail orientation, discipline, and focus equip them for precision tasks. They often become planners, organizers, or researchers, finding peace when everything occupies its proper place. The analyst's strength becomes burdensome when evolving into perfectionism. September-born individuals may become excessively self-critical, or rigid, fearing mistakes and struggling with uncertainty. Their growth involves embracing imperfection as inherently human and allowing space for spontaneity, creativity, and self-compassion. October, the diplomat artist archetype. October brings beauty, balance, and transformation, embodying harmony, aesthetics, and emotional connection. Jung viewed this month as representing the diplomat or artist archetype, seeking peace, beauty, and unity amid life's dualities. October-born individuals often demonstrate exceptional relational abilities, natural fairness, aesthetic sensitivity, and desire for bringing people together, whether through artistic expression, conversation, or presence. They build connections where others perceive divisions. Many embody romantic sensibilities, valuing love, truth, and profound emotional engagement. The diplomat's shadow involves conflict avoidance, potentially sacrificing personal truth to maintain harmony. Their growth involves learning to stand firmly in their authentic perspective, recognizing that genuine harmony requires addressing rather than avoiding conflicts. November, the alchemist transformer archetype. November embodies mystery, diminishing, light, increasing quietude, growing interiority. Jung associated this month with the alchemist or transformer archetype, representing profound metamorphosis. Those born in November typically demonstrate intensity, intuition, and spiritual orientation. They naturally penetrate beyond appearances to uncover deeper realities. These individuals willingly confront darkness within themselves and others, seeking fundamental truth. They often undergo significant personal transformations throughout life. The alchemist's journey involves pain, surrender, and rebirth. November-born individuals may experience cycles of loss and renewal, continuously evolving. Their challenge involves trusting this transformative process without becoming overwhelmed. When embracing their depth fearlessly, they become powerful healers and guides. December, the wise teacher, visionary sage archetype. December concludes the annual cycle, marking endings, reflection, and hope for renewal. Jung connected this month with the wise teacher or visionary sage archetype, embodying wisdom and forward vision. December-born individuals often blend maturity with optimism, reflecting on past experiences wisely while approaching the future with faith. They typically maintain broad life perspective, often demonstrating philosophical, spiritual, or idealistic tendencies. Many feel called to share insights with others, guiding, inspiring, or expanding consciousness. The sage risks disconnection from present reality, excessive focus on abstract concepts, or disillusionment when life contradicts ideals. Their growth involves grounding wisdom in everyday experience, applying it not merely conceptually, but through meaningful living. As we've explored, each birth month through Jung's symbolic framework reflects different facets of human experience, from January's contemplative depth to December's expansive vision. The calendar becomes more than a measurement tool, transforming into a symbolic map for understanding our inner psychological landscape. Jung never intended these archetypal patterns to confine or deterministically define individuals. Rather, he offered them as starting points for deeper dialogue with the self. The archetype associated with your birth month may illuminate natural strengths, emotional tendencies, and life themes you're naturally equipped to explore. But conscious engagement with these patterns remains essential. Genuine transformation emerges not merely from identifying your archetypal pattern, but through integrating it into lived experience, informing your choices, relationships, and growth journey. Jung termed this process individuation, becoming the most whole, authentic version of yourself. This path remains uniquely personal, but but recognizing the symbolic forces operating in your life grants greater freedom to shape your destiny consciously. Your birth month doesn't determine who you are, but it may reveal something essential about your soul's natural inclinations and the archetypal energies you're particularly attuned to working with in this lifetime. With this awareness, perhaps you'll perceive yourself and your life story through a more meaningful lens, recognizing the archetypal patterns woven into your being and consciously participating in their unfolding.